Good morning again. This is the second half of our live remote today for Women for Progress Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in live with us today. I'm Willie Jones, and I'm president of Women for Progress. And Women for Progress Radio is live remote here in the city of Tupelo, and we're spending, many of us members are here at the Our Mississippi Honors Weekend, and we're having just a wonderful Southern time here in Tupelo, Mississippi. Yesterday we had a women's conference which had a dynamic speakers from all across Mississippi and beyond, sharing with us, empowering us with information to uplift and empower women with information that we're going to take back home with us to share with our individuals. And then tonight we have an amazing gala we will be attending tonight and here at the Conference and Arena Center. And Mr. Keith David, an actor and is going to be the speaker, Bishop from Greeley.
Bishop. Yes.
Yeah, so if those of you who did not get your tickets, you're going to miss a treat. Yes. But we'll share what a great time we had that we're looking for tonight. So we're very, very excited. We've talking with a lot of women here this weekend. And earlier we had Ms. Henning who shared with us on New Mississippi. So you can go back to that Facebook clip and go back to our website if you want to listen to that first half of our interview today. But the second half of our program, and my co-host again, I want to remind you, is Ms. Lynette Sutler with Women for Progress. Yes. Lynette, this has been an exciting morning, hasn't it?
It has been a very exciting morning, Willie. I am just excited to just be among such great leaders, women leaders, and gleaming all of that information and that energy and the positivity of doing things for their communities, and which impacts not only women but the world.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I'm excited.
And Lynette, we learned a lot yesterday in the conference. What was the information that stood out most for you yesterday?
The information that stood out to me that really impressed me were listening to the lady leaders just discussing how they were able to climb the ladders in their careers and the challenges that they faced along the way, some of the challenges that are common among all women. Yes. And so we all have these issues, and to hear these women tell us how that they overcome them gives us the hope and encouragement to keep going in our particular situations. So I took that from it, and it was just awesome.
And it was very relevant and on point, I think, to and very personal. We heard some very personal stories yesterday that was impactful, that we all can relate to. Yes. So it was an exciting event. Definitely going to be on my calendar again for next year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we are talking to this half of our program with the incredible Miss Pam Chapman. And unless you've been out of the state recently or you just moved into town, you should know Pam Chapman, because she's doing amazing things as a community activist in the Delta. And she's empowering her community, women and men, in powerful ways. And so we're going to talk a little bit about her work in the Delta with this half hour of the program. And we're going to talk about some of the challenges that she feels that obstacles that women have here in the state of Mississippi that we as women specifically need to support, but also we need to create opportunities and resources around empowering women. So, and she's, of course, was one of the speakers yesterday from the panel. And Pam Chapman, welcome to Women for Progress Radio.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be with you all today.
We've been trying to have this sit down for a very long time. I've been asking you. You're always running as Pam, can I interview you? We need to talk with you. And you said, okay. So this time we roped you.
Yes, and, she did. Y'all did that.
Yes, that's what we women do when we really want something, okay? But Pam, we are so excited to have you here as part of Women for Progress Radio. You are now going to become part of history with Women for Progress Radios, because these events are recorded and stay part of our history.
Awesome.
So, Pam, we had a great discussion with the women yesterday. I want to start by talking about that a bit. What was the most impactful for you yesterday from the conference?
I think for me, just hearing the ladies talk about all the different barriers that they had to break to become these strong women that are in the front. I think that was so empowering, but also it was educational, giving us advice and the tools, the necessity that we need to do to continue to be the women that we're supposed to be. And also, they also told all of us, know your worth. That just stuck with me. No matter what you may go through on your jobs, no matter how it may seem, no matter how you're treated, you have to know your worth and stand in that.
And Pam, I want to say also that yesterday when you told your story, and it was very personal, and most times we go through things on these jobs that we really don't know how to share with others, or really don't care to share with others. So thank you for that. And that empowers us when we hear that from you. So why do you get so personal when it comes to talking to women?
I'm glad that you asked that.
Good question.
The one thing that you're going to always know about me, and to know about me, is that I'm going to be very transparent.
Awesome.
I believe in being very transparent. I believe in being honest and upfront, because I don't want people to think that the life that I live, whether in TV or in the community, is so glamorous, that I don't have struggles, that I don't have barriers that are trying to stop me from achieving the goals that I want to set. So in order for people to be real, you have to be transparent. And so I try to live my life like that, to be very transparent and upfront and honest.
And we thank you for that.
That was empowering. Now, let's talk a little bit. We got so much we want to ask you about, but let's start with this amazing project and partnership that you're doing with Coca-Cola. Tell us about that, and what is the mission and goals for that partnership?
Okay. So Coca-Cola didn't want to partner with Pam Chapman. They didn't want her. They wanted the boss lady. And so Coca-Cola actually partnered with the boss lady, P. Chapman. The BOSS stands for Bold, Optimistic, Successful Sisters. Coca-Cola has a global initiative that is called Coca-Cola 5x20. And the 5x20 is where they want to empower 5 million women to become entrepreneurs. Or if that woman is an entrepreneur, what are some of the things or resources that can help that woman better in her position? And so I'm one of the people that is leading the charge from Mississippi, going around holding different workshops and speaking engagements and just trying to empower those particular women.
Wow. And this program, we're getting close to 2020. This program of 5 million, how close are you all with that target, and what kind of resources does that particular project provide to women?
Okay, so we're very close to the target for 2020, and even when 2020 gets here, we're going to still continue the 5x2020. And so some of the resources is that we're actually we learned that many women that are in business, they don't know who to go to and say, how can I get a loan? Or what steps do I need to become a minority woman? And so those are the type of networking or the resources. But there are also some funding out there through the Coca-Cola Foundation that will allow you to apply for funding to continue program within your community.
Wow.
Yes,
that's incredible.
Yes.
Now, how can individual women that are listening to us now, and we have a large following of women that follow us and look to us, how can they engage with the Coca-Cola 5x20 program? Should they contact you directly?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am leading the charge for Mississippi. So what they will have to do is to get in contact with me, and whatever questions that they have regarding the 5x20, I would try to answer to my best of my abilities. And what I cannot answer, there is a team that is here in the Southeast region that can assist me with that.
Give your contact information. So
you can find me on social media at Pam Chapman, or you can also reach me at 662-588-2019, 662-588-2019, Pam Chapman.
And give your email address also.
My email is pchapman1@gmail.com, pchapman1 CHATMAN1@gmail.com.
And that's CHATMAN.
That's correct.
1. Pam, CHATMAN1 at gmail.com.
Correct.
And that's good and easy to remember. Pam Chapman1 at gmail.com. And we'll continue to give that information and share it too. You are empowering women in communities in very diverse ways in the Delta. The Delta, because of its location and its history, need as many resources and connections as possible. And one of the things that you have worked out is this incredible partnership with FedEx.
Absolutely.
Where you're helping empower your community by putting them to work in good jobs that pay good money and benefits.
Absolutely.
Tell us, what was the catalyst for that FedEx partnership?
I met a national recruiter for FedEx. We began to start communicating and socializing, and he asked me, what could he do to help me? And I had seen that they had done numerous of outreaches in other states, but never in Mississippi. And so we began to start talking, and we started the FedEx experience in the Mississippi Delta area, not realizing that we were going to have an influx, an overflow of people who really wanted to jump on the opportunity.
Right.
And we had over 1,000-some people that applied for the job, and I was so overwhelmed. I was like, God, you just showing out on me. But we were so excited. Not only was I excited, the FedEx corporate people were excited that these people wanted to better themselves. They wanted an opportunity. For so many years, people say people in the Mississippi Delta don't want to work.
Right.
That's crazy to me. Who wants to always live in poverty?
Right.
So we created the opportunities. We now have 3 buses that actually leave the Mississippi Delta every night from Cleveland and go to Memphis. We are starting next week a day shift. Day shift, we're going to start with 2 buses. But what I love about this is that these people are becoming self-sufficient.
Right. That's good.
They're becoming self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so for me, it's not about, yes, I want to give them a job, but I want to help the whole person. And so I partnered with an organization called Mississippi Family First, the northeast of Mississippi Family First, which is Christy Webb and her team. And so we were also adding high school diplomas, because I didn't realize so many people did not have high school diplomas. We're adding workforce development training. We're adding parenting skills. We want to help them to be able to stand up and say, I'm on my own.
Right.
And so that's important to me.
Right.
Is that if I can change their whole life and change the mindset of the people in the Delta, man, what a better place we would be.
Right.
Well,
That's amazing.
And that's good, Pam, because I've heard you speak several times now. And the very first time I heard you speak, it was like something stood up inside of me. Like, who is this lady? I'm just being honest here. Like, who is this lady? This lady really, really inspires you to, okay, listen up and let's see what we can do. So I want to know from you, where did you get how did your heart grow to be such a servant to people, and especially the ones in your community, even though you're impacting a lot of other people?
I think that comes from your upbringing.
Okay.
And so I was raised by my grandmother in a small rural poverty community outside of Shaw, which is called Choctaw. And so growing up there in that small poverty, when I say poor, I'm talking about, when you flush your toilet, the stuff is around your yard. I'm talking about real poverty. I'm talking about tin-top roof houses, wooden floors with the crack. You can see the chickens running around. I'm talking about, the real, and but the thing that I love about that community is that they had the love and respect for one another, that they would go above and beyond to help each other. And I don't see that in today's society. And so it grew up in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a small town country Baptist girl. And so, I just believe in keeping it real. And if I can help somebody along my way, then my living will not be in vain.
Yeah.
That's how, I live my life, so I want to, do that.
Right. Awesome.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, we last year, I think that was 2018, we brought you to our women's event, women's history event. You were powerful there.
Powerful.
Oh my goodness, people still tap me on the shoulder. Where is that lady?
Exactly.
I said, I could connect with her. She is rocking and rolling. So every day we see you doing incredible things, doing new things and sharing new things. And you have another venture that you're working on right now So an incredible network. And just, I hope I had your whole bio to be able to share. But Pam was a former anchor woman in the Delta, one of the first African American
woman news director.
Right, right. So she has this long history in broadcasting also that she brings to the table. So that's incredible in itself. And Women for Progress, we like first, because that says that you're a trailblazer and a shaker-upper and all those kind of things. Yes. So tell us about this new network project that you're working on and what you want to accomplish with it.
Well, so I have, been in television for 25 plus years. And so now I'm starting a new journey where I'm starting my own national and global TV network. We all know that streaming devices is a new technology, a new TV. Wow. And so with this, I want to be able to give people that opportunity that have gifts and talents, that have good creative shows. But Hollywood says no, but Pam is going to say yes. Okay. Because for me, it's about helping that person market their gift, show their talent. And so we have about 20 plus TV talk shows from around the country that have submitted their stuff to me. We have short films, we have music videos that looks like BET from Las Vegas. We have children content, we have cooking segments, and I'm so excited. I'm working with Raven Simone's father, which is Chris. Chris is actually shooting a reality show in Shreveport, Louisiana that is coming to the P. Chapman Network. I'm talking about Cajun food. I'm talking about it's going to be off the chain, and it has a lot of Southern content to it, but it has a lot of laughter to it as well. And so I'm just very excited about giving people opportunities to show the world that they have the talent and they have the gifts to produce good, healthy content.
Wow. And we love the idea that you're empowering not only yourself, but you're empowering others. And all of these opportunities that you're bringing here to Mississippi empowers this state, and it speaks to the work of women throughout the state of Mississippi. And while I'm talking about the work of women, we want you to tune in every Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. The Working Woman Report. We're live on Facebook every Wednesday from 12 to 1. Also, you can pick that up on our website at womenforprogress.net live. And on Monday, we'll be launching a new app just for the Working Woman Report. So you can download that app on your phone and your devices. And every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, you can make sure it's right in the palm of your hands and be able to get it. So we're excited about that. Also, of course, the premium original edition of Women for Progress Radio is every Thursday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on WMPR FM 90.1. WMPR FM 90.1. That's also available on our streaming networks and on our website. And you can also get it at WMPR 9091.com. And of course, listen to us live at WMPR FM on FM radio at 90.1. And that show has been in programming now for almost 10 years. Wow. We're coming up on our 10th year next year.
That's awesome.
This year we celebrate our 9th year. We're the only African American organization that has its own station and a programming radio show created, directed, and produced by women.
Awesome.
All by women.
See, this is why I'm a proud member of Women for Progress.
Absolutely.
That's exactly why. Because the organization is moving forward, moving women forward.
And it's the women like Miss Lynette Sutler who really drives this organization. We talk about Women for Progress. We've been in the organization, which was founded by Miss Dorothy Stewart Samuel over 40 years ago. She created a vehicle to allow us, Lynette, myself, so many other women, to really use this as a vehicle for community service. And we are so proud of the group of us and all of us in the work that we do, and we're going to continue her legacy. This month, March, Women's History Month, we celebrate her and the work that she's done. She was an incredible educator and trailblazer all on her own. She's a perfect example for us. So we continue to feed off that legacy and continue to grow. So we're very excited about about that. And of course, behind the scenes with Women for Progress Radio is the incredible Miss Juanita Stewart.
My girl.
Brown. Yes. We could not do any of this because lots of times we just show up and look cute.
Yeah.
While Miss Brown has already done the work.
Yes, she does.
Together. Yes. So,
yes, she does.
Yes. And so, and she's so patient with us, and so sometimes we show up and the show starts at 5:30. We were ringing in there at 5:28. She doesn't get mad for us. She just says, "Get in there and sit down." So we're so proud of her work. She has been the only executive producer the entire 9 years that we've had this program. So we're going to keep riding that horse. So we're so excited. She's been doing an excellent job.
But really, you brought up a good point when you said, Pam, she really empowers other women. But Pam, tell us what inspires you, what motivates you when you need it, like when you need that extra motivation. You know, what empowers you?
I think what empowers me is people like Willie Jones. You know, I met her through social media, and I watched her for a few months, just seeing all the things that she does in Jackson. I don't know how she does all those different things.
Thousands.
Yeah, I mean, every time I turned on social media, she was here doing this, she was here doing that, and it was just really amazing. And that empowers me as a young woman. That for me, it's all about being a servant. And so when I see a real servant really doing the work, see, a lot of times we meet people that talk the work,
yes.
but they ain't doing no work.
Right.
But I actually have learned from her. I look up to her, you know, being from the Delta, she's in Jackson, and I can pick up the phone at any time and call her and say, you know, I have a question, or give me your opinion about something. And she's always been there for me. And I really can respect somebody that makes time for others.
Yes.
And so I want to just salute you for all the things that you have done and all the doors that you have opened, all the glass ceilings that you have broken, to help people like me and Lynette.
Yes.
Come along. We need that. We need those mentors. We need those coaching. We need those strong women that when the odds seems and the time seems hard, you just keep persevering. We need that because a lot of times we're so easy to give up.
Yes.
So we need to have somebody that we can say, okay, now this is how she made. We're gonna pray about this thing. So
That's right.
you know, and even when she sees me kind of leaning off, she'll put me back on track. She's not afraid, and I can respect that. That she cares enough to not want to see me fail. That she's holding me up. So it's the people at the shoulders. People like her, people like Fannie Hamer from the Delta as well, that paved the way for voting rights and pushed for us to have those things. So that is what keeps me. People often ask me, say, you always smiling, you know, but I tell people all the time, I'm just so grateful to God that I don't look like what I've been through.
That's right.
You know, that I can smile through the pain, through all the hurt, you know. I can smile through that because it's people like her that have paved the way for me.
That's wonderful. Thank you all so much. This weekend has been excellent, Pam, and I know you've enjoyed it also.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Meeting so many wonderful people.
Yes.
Hanging out with the Women of Progress. I've learned so much. So often when women get together, we rather be catty or we rather be competitive rather than sitting together. And you all showed me that this weekend. You know, that we all as women from all backgrounds, all different professions can sit at the table.
Yes.
And cut deals.
That's right.
And strategize and network. You showed me that. Women for Progress showed me that this weekend. And then when you called me over and said, hey, come sit on the table with us. See, that's so strong women. That are secure about who they are and the direction that they're going. So I applaud you all for that. And one of the things, you know, seeing all the things that you all are doing, I am currently creating what is called the Boss Lady Crisis Consortium team, where I'm bringing women from all over the Delta together to sit at the table and say one thing that we all know. We all have resources.
That's right.
Or we all know somebody who has resources. So that we're going to get together, you know, once every month or twice a month and say, okay, what do we need to do?
Right.
So that's what it's about me. What do we need to do? And how can we better impact and change people's lives. And then I'm so grateful that on Tuesday that the states has seen. A lot of times you work hard, right? And you feel like nobody cares. Nobody cares. But I'm so grateful today to announce that on Tuesday that I will be honored in the state capitol for all of my
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing.
So excited about that because it lets me know that my work and my living was not in vain.
That's right.
It's not in vain.
And we want to invite those who are listening to show up and support you. That's 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and that's in the Senate chambers, right?
Yes, it's
Senate chambers. I think that's the second floor, but just ask the officer there, and he'll tell you. But that's going to be at 10 a.m. You want to get there early because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of folks there. So get there early, but come out and support. Say, hey, I just want to show up and be part of the celebration of Pam Chapman, and I want to when you show up and support women, you're putting a stamp on that work of that woman. So we want you to come out. Definitely, Women for Progress members that are listening, we're going to share this information. We want you to show up and support Miss Pam Chapman, who is doing incredible things and an incredible leader in this community. And she is known. If you ever hear, when you hear "boss lady," that's Pam Chapman. That's her. That's her. She and we haven't got that T-shirt yet. Lynette, did you get your
make it happen? We're gonna make it happen.
Okay. Now we have it on recorded. We're gonna get a shirt. So, yes. Well, we have had an extremely wonderful time this weekend, and it's about almost time for us to wrap up.
But one more thing before we go, Willie. But Pam is a true boss woman. She is definitely
Thank you so much.
But I am definitely proud to be her sorority sister also.
Oh, okay.
I really would like to she's
okay, we'll give that.
Alpha Kappa Sorority Incorporated, and I'm very proud of it.
Thank you so much.
We are all very proud.
Thank you so very much.
Well, that's great.
Thank you.
Pam, we're going to use this last minute to let you share whatever you would like to share to the women that are listening out there. If you want to give them tip, advice, or just a statement that you want to empower them or something that they need to be aware of as women.
I would like to say to the women that are listening to this broadcast, remember this one thing. You have the power to empower. Let no one tell you who you cannot become, what you cannot achieve, what you cannot do, because you have the power. Only you control your destiny. And the other great thing is that surround yourself around people who know more than you and that is not threatened by you. See, once we learn that, we cannot compete against each other. We got to learn to come together and use our resources to strengthen each other. Because it's not about your practices, the thing that you know in life. It's not about you for your growth, but it's about you being a servant. And when you do what is right, I promise you that God will elevate you.
All right.
That's some true information. You've been listening to Women for Progress Radio, and we are a live remote here in Tupelo, Mississippi for our Mississippi Honors Weekend. And my co-hosts today have been Miss Lynette Sutler.
Great job.
Thank you for the opportunity, Willie. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. You've been a great co-host with me today, live. In a very unique experience, I'm sure, being live remote with Women for Progress Radio.
It is.
And thanks to our guest, Miss Chris Henning, who we had the first part from New Mississippi. And we're going to, New Ms., and we're going to continue to share her information out to you because it's a wonderful organization that are empowering women in the North Mississippi area. And also Miss Pam Chapman, Boss Lady, who has a wonderful organization partnership with Coca-Cola and also now with FedEx, and she's doing so many incredible things. So reach out to her and connect with her if you have some questions for her or would like to get connected to some of the activities that she's doing. And if you want to make a donation to some of the work that she's doing. But remember, Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., she's going to be at the Capitol getting an awesome recognition by the legislature for her work that she's doing in the Delta. And that starts at 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So if you want to come out and stand beside her and say kudos and give her a pat on the back, that will be an opportunity for you to be there. Women for Progress. We support her work. So we will be there also supporting her on Tuesday, 10 a.m. So we come out and just be a part of her and surround her with love and give her a hug, and that will empower her to go back to the Delta and continue to do many things for the state of Mississippi. Thanks so much for our executive producer, Ms. Juanita Brown, for setting this up for us and all the technical assistance. We thank Wesley Wells, who is the publisher of Legends Publishing, who has organized and did all the coordinating for this particular event. And of course, all the wonderful sponsors for this weekend: Toyota Mississippi, Caterpillar, Renaissance Bank, TVA, and Our Ms. Magazine, and all of these wonderful speakers that came out and empowered us. And also, I just can't say, Miss Aunt Bees, you did it for us last night. When you get to come to Tupelo, even if you're driving by Tupelo headed to Memphis, you need to take the exit and come to Aunt Bees. She has some incredible food.
Yes.
I had catfish, greens, spaghetti, good cornbread. I just go on and on and on. And I had to share my sweet potato pie. But she has so much wonderful things. Her family is doing incredible things with Aunt Bees. It is the spot to be. All types of celebrities have stopped by and partake of all of the hospitality and food that she provided. So Aunt Bees is a place. And tell them Women for Progress Radio and Women for Progress sent you there, okay?
Yes,
all right, we're going to close out our program. This has been Women for Progress Radio. Stay connected to us. Thank you.